Today's journey brings me to a place I haven't been in a long time, probably at least a couple decades. We are here at Valencia College, the East Campus here in Orlando, Florida. Welcome to Jeffing Around. I'm Jeff. I hope you consider tagging along today with me. Today, here at Valencia, on the East Campus, we're going to be checking out a movie location. And I know this was a movie location because I was here when they filmed it. I'm talking about the 1999 movie Instinct with Sir Anthony Hopkins, Donald Sutherland, Cuba Gooding Jr. Now this is out front of the admissions building. Up ahead is the library. And over here is the theater. Now, all these buildings, when I was in attendance, they were closed off one day because they were shooting a movie. They were shooting Instinct. They had these buildings all done up with new signage. Things like nuclear physics. I don't quite remember specifically, but they were big science terms that you wouldn't normally see. Nuclear physics, things like that. On all the buildings, people in lab coats walking around as extras. Inside here, the admissions building, they did a lot of scenes with Donald Sutherland and Cuba Gooding Jr. I watched them film some right in here. And I was walking throughout the day. The interiors, I can confirm, as I was there. Before they were shooting, you were able to get into the admissions office for part of the day, but a lot of it was blocked off as they were setting it up. They filmed a lot of the office scenes. Donald Sutherland's office was upstairs on the second floor in there. I was standing over there. It was roped off. The camera angle would have been looking in that direction from the scenes used in the movie as they were shooting on the staircase. So we were all over here viewing it. Classes were in session that day. We were all walking around. We just couldn't get full access to this area. It's locked, but I'll get you up to the window. Sorry if I get a little tapping sound. I'm getting too close. Up in there. Upstairs, right there, they were walking and filming some scenes. The offices Donald Sutherland used would have been upstairs off that way. The staircase was used in the film. I saw Donald Sutherland and Cuba Gooding Jr. standing up there filming. This was in 1998 when they were filming all this. I was in the film program here at Valencia Community College. It was run by a gentleman named Ralph Clemente. One of his proteges and closest friends is a guy named David Nutter with the most incredible television resume imaginable. He's best known for directing pilot episodes for film and television. Now, one thing Ralph would always tell us, besides, it's all about the schmooze. You gotta schmooze. Ralph was this Bavarian guy. He was always saying that. But he would tell us how the director of a pilot episode of television, they get a paycheck any time any episode of that show airs in syndication. An episode they might not have had any involvement in. If it airs 20 years down the road, they get a cut because they directed the pilot. They set the tone for the show. Now, David Nutter has directed more television pilots, I think, than any other director out there. It's crazy. I'm just going to read off his list of pilots. So, Space, Above and Beyond, Millennium, Sleepwalkers, Roswell. Now, this was the precursor to Roswell, New Mexico. That show actually took the same story and characters and revamped it. Now, in fact, he was shooting that, David Nutter was, while I was at the film program. one of my classmates actually got to be his assistant on like the first 3 episodes of Roswell. So after Roswell, Dark Angel, Smallville, Without a Trace, Dr. Vegas, Tarzan, Jack and Bobby, Supernatural, Traveler, Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, The Mentalist, Eastwick, Chase, The Doctor, Arrow, The Flash, Deception, and I'm not even seeing other ones in here, but not on the list, Game of Thrones. And he would pretty much come and direct a lot of the big episodes also, a lot of the finales. In fact, Ralph, he's passed away, but in his last year, he got to be in, I think it was the final season of Game of Thrones. It might have been the second to last season, but he was one of the big people in this battle that they were preparing. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not going to try. So that is a pretty impressive resume. If you think about all those shows, this guy's getting paid anytime any episode of any of those shows. It's mind-blowing. That's one thing Ralph always told us. He's like, yeah, if you can, direct a pilot. Another phrase, believe it or not, one you've probably heard, David Nutter and Ralph don't seem to get the credit from, but we in the film program, we knew this term. We heard it every day. It was Ralph's thing and David Nutter's thing. Treat yourself. And then it got popularized through Aziz Ansari and Retta on Parks and Recreation. Treat yourself. That actually originated from David Nutter and Ralph Clemente. Treat yourself. The more you know. Now, for Instinct, there were other scenes shot in Orlando. I did a rewatch. There are some house scenes that it's really hard to find any information on it. I don't think anybody's really covered these filming locations. And when I typed up Instinct, it wasn't just that movie that came up. Other ones would come up. Even like Basic Instinct would come up. And then there was a production company called Instinct. So that was the most prevalent search with Instinct filming locations. So that's going to take a little deeper dive now. There was a big chase sequence shot in the Orlando airport as well. I'm not going to go there. I think that would be really not the easiest thing to film. Before directing pilots, David Nutter, we would always hear the lore of David Nutter. His career was kind of starting out as far as being known for directing pilots while I was in the film program there. Some other ones, he did episodes for Miami Vice. I believe that was his first professional jobs, doing episodes there. He did episodes of The X-Files. Trying to think of others. It appears the mascot has changed since I was here. Pumas. I never liked our mascot when we were here. We were the Matadors. And named after Valencia, Spain. That's why they went with Matadors. David Nutter only ever directed one movie. From what I heard, Ralph told us he didn't really like it. Maybe he just didn't see it as being as profitable as what was raking in on the pilots. Hey, he did pretty good for himself. That movie was 1998's Disturbing Behavior with Katie Holmes. And I think Nick Stahl was in it, I want to say. When it was in theaters, we actually did a private screening here in the theater at Valencia one day for class. David got Ralph an early copy of it, and we watched it. Back there, that was our hangout area on the loading dock. Behind those doors is the soundstage here at Valencia. And through there we get to the facilities we used for the film program. Let's walk back to the loading dock. Oh man. The memories that are flooding back to me. That dumpster. That dumpster in the same place. I gotta tell you, this dumpster is actually bringing back a memory. Everybody sat around here at a table smoking cigarettes. Me and my friend Randy would, if it wasn't overflowing, sometimes just pace and walk around the beam going around the dumpster. I was taking photography classes then too. I had a photography assignment. I might include that if I can find the photo, but one of them was a common item used in an uncommon way. We took a classroom desk, the kind with just the seat, and it's got the little desk attached to that seat. We put it in the dumpster. Randy was sitting in the dumpster, in the chair. There was still garbage in there, and he's studying, reading a book. That was my photo, taken in that dumpster. And also, as prerequisites, we had to take stagecraft and work out with the theater department. Help out with the theater department. I don't think the theater department was pumping iron. Now, it was right there. My most careless moment. They never let me live it down. I was carrying dolly track. If you're familiar with dolly track, it folds and collapses on itself, and if you're not holding it right, it can swing back open. I wasn't holding it right, and the dolly track swung back open, and it hit one of my classmates in the head, and he had to get stitches. Happened right there. Everybody always cracked the jokes. If I was carrying dolly track, they'd be like, "Whoa, watch out, Jeff's got the dolly track. Don't let Jeff near that dolly track." That was some Jeffing around, for real. Now, back then, Valencia had a really great reputation and was known for having really good projects. We even had a video that they had us watch when we were in there of Steven Spielberg talking about Valencia's film program and that they're really doing things and going places. But the year I was there, nobody was really happy with any of our projects. We didn't really have the best projects. Now, for example, the year before, it was either the year before or the year before that, they got a sports legend who had pretty much vanished from the face of the public eye to make his final appearance, and he appeared in their movie. I'm talking about Joe DiMaggio. Valencia Community College got Joe DiMaggio when he was avoiding the public eye to be in one of their films. This is the year before I was there, or 2 years before, but man, to go from that to what we were doing. Our biggest one, we had one decent one. It was called Overpass. It was a short. We had the actor who played Aladdin in the animated version. He was DJ Tanner's boyfriend, Steve, in the final few seasons of Full House. I was the only one who recognized him. Well, I think they recognized him from Full House, but I was the only one who caught on. I could pick up on the pitch of his voice, and I knew that that was Aladdin. And I surprised him one day. During lunch break, we were just standing around, and I'm standing next to him. I just started singing, "I can show you the world, take you wonder by wonder." Sorry, voice is a little off there. And he started continuing. He chimed in with the Jasmine part. "Over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride." And then we both chimed in, "A whole new world." I sang We sang the whole song. I did a duet of A Whole New World with the voice of Aladdin, thanks to Valencia Community College. But other ones, so our projects, man, the people we hired out, well, directors that wanted movies made, they basically funded their own projects, and they directed them, but we were the crew. Valencia, they focus on teaching you how to work in every department for the director. It's not the type of film school where they teach you to go out and shoot for yourself. You learn lighting, you learn grip, you learn, some people focused on sound, some people focused on camera department, but you name it. Every other department except for being a director, you're not going to get that in the program I was in then. I can't speak for it now. I have no idea what the program is like now. But we had one project that was called Man Trap. We all hated it. Besides aspiring to write and direct, I always wanted to act, and I got a role in 2 of our projects. One of them, Man Trap, throughout the whole course, we were calling it Man Crap. I played this really stereotypically badly written biker party crasher called Stud Muffin. I had long hair. I talk like this. So, what if, how do we get in the party? The girl's saying. Just tell them Joe sent you. What if there is no Joe? It was so bad. We were calling it Man Crap. And that girl who was in the scene with me, she played like 8 characters in the movie. It was really bad. And then there was another one we shot called The Everyday that never even got finished. I was an open mic host, and that scene probably would have got cut. I just fumbled. I didn't have any lines. I was improvising, and I didn't have anything to say, really. But that one never came together, and apparently the DP was from Australia, and he went back to Australia after a feud with the director, taking the footage with him, never to be seen again. And it wouldn't have gotten seen anyways had it got put together. Man Trap I did see once. There was a film festival down in Fort Lauderdale, and I did get to see it once. Everybody was like, yeah, it was really bad, but you were good in it. So, hey. I was a bit of a troublemaker, always causing little teeny bits of mischief here and there. There was a film shoot. I think it was during Man Trap. We were shooting in a pizzeria, like a mom and pop owned pizzeria. Should I tell this story? So I'm in the parking lot, just directed people when to stop, when to not walk by windows, and this older couple, they're wanting to go into the pizza place. We were like, oh, yeah, sorry, you can't go in there. It's closed. Oh, what are you doing? I chimed in, we're shooting porn. The guy standing there with me, who was a classmate, he's just like, he couldn't believe what he's saying, what he's hearing. I sold it too. I was like, yeah, typical storyline. It's nothing special. She brings him pizza. One thing leads to the other, and then they're sprawled out on one of the tables going at it, and they just looked so appalled. And my classmate, he's like, that is not what's happening. We are not shooting that. I was like, dude, why are you so modest? Why can't you just accept what you do for a living? You work in the adult industry. You shoot porn. Just accept it. And he just stood there with the worst look on his face. And apparently they believed me, and they were really offended. And it got back to the school. And turns out they were really loyal customers there, and it was their favorite place. They were shocked and appalled, said we were never going back there. And I had to write like a dozen apology letters or I wasn't going to graduate. And there you have it. A little bit about me and my time in the film program. A little bit about Instinct and the scenes I saw them shoot. No other scenes were shot in Orlando, but this isn't about them. I'm not going to try and speculate without definitively knowing where they are. And I think that's going to wrap it up for today. This has been another vlog with Jeffing Around. And if you're still watching, thank you for making it through. Please drop a like and a comment if you don't mind. And I hope you consider subscribing. I'd like to get the channel big enough to start doing stuff outside of Orlando. But for now, that's going to do it. I'm Jeff. This has been Jeffing Around, and that's a wrap. And here it is, your moment of ducks. Let's feed some ducks. Hey there. What's up, buddy? Come on. You want some food? Hey there, little guy. Alright. Food time, guys. Hey, buddy. Ooh, it's windy. Hey, little guy. Some more by you. Some more over by you. Hey, buddy. Buddy loves eating out of my hand. Going off for a drink. buddy. Oh. Hey, buddy. Another one?